Welcome to Flory Models. I'm Philip Flory. Kit review time. Today we've got Airfix's new tooled 1/48 scale Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1. So absolutely lovely. Just got to say the box art on these kits is absolutely stunning. As you can see, it really is very, very nice stuff. Now you also get a little bit on here. So it says Spitfire 602 Squadron RAF attacker formation of Heinkel HE-111 bombers en route to targets in southeast England during August 1944. As one of the machines goes down in flames, pilot officer Osgood Vanbury begins to wheel around for another pass. Very nice. Okay. Generally, just a quick look around in the box. So you've got the usual thing about what you're actually going to get inside. You've got your kit number, which is A05126. Okay, and we've got some markings. So you've got the different markings that you're going to see in there. We'll take a look at those in a moment. Okay, glow on the back. So usual thing, can't get in the box, so open it up. I haven't looked in these, hence whilst they're still sealed. So it's all new to me as it is to you. So, right, okay, so usual way of Airfix is doing it, one giant bag. Of it. So first of all, we'll have a quick look at the instructions. So we've got the decals and the call outs just down there. So if we just drag this camera out just a little bit more, as you can see, usual thing with Airfix, usual way of doing it, spoke about before. So it's nice to see it's this new colour system, makes things a lot easier as going together. Now their kit's getting a little bit more complex. So usual thing, working on the inside, so we have an inner frame. So we're going to be doing all the cockpit area and slightly behind the cockpit seat where the oxygen bottles are, things like that. We've got the seat going in, we've got the framework going in, the rudder pedal system, some of the bulkheads and things like that. The instrument panel going in, being fitted in, then the two halves coming together, then the front firewall. Very nicely detailed for a 1/48. Then we've got the actual pilot seat framework and everything else being dropped in with the former. Rear former going in, which is the one between the little window at the back and the oxygen system. Pilot figure if he's going in, the cheesy man. Okay, and then opening up some of these depending on if you're having them open or closed, I do believe. Okay, so in a tub, obviously we've got this internal system is going to fit in and then going in again, and then it's going to be two halves sandwiching it all together. Okay, pretty standard stuff as it fits all in. It's just this bit here about taking out the door system down here. Is it the door system or the rear system? No, I think that's actually going to be the rear system. No, it is the door fitting through. So I'm just working this out. No, it can't be. The door's further forward. So yes, taking one out, replacing one by the looks of it. We're just trimming off the top half. So yeah, different ways of doing it. Front bulkhead going on. So it looks like we've got a choice of two here. So we've got A and B and C. So it's got a slightly different front on there. Okay, and then it's going to be opening up the gun things as we spoke about before, and the various items in the front if you're doing the gun system. Wheel wells going in, opening up some holes as well if you're doing the stand. Obviously we probably won't. Okay, and then the front spars going in. The undercarriage system being fitted in here as well, so it's nice. It looks like a nice sturdy system for those locking it and getting the angles correct. Okay, and then all the areas being put in for the guns. Gun system themselves all being fitted in. Got the ammo chutes for them as well going through, which is quite a nice touch, and out, and then fitting the wing system all together. And then, as I say, 1/48 kits. I remember when they were simple. Now they're a little bit more complex. Okay, tailplanes, wings system, and everything else. All the control surfaces being fitted. The lower cowl, things like that, underguards, and then you've actually got the actual air radiator scoops being fitted. And put on depending on if you're doing the one with the single or the twin, and if you have an open or closed. Undercarriage up or down, pretty standard. Exhausts, and then it looks like we have the very early type Spitfire with actually just the two prop, and then obviously the later one with the or they've done it the other way around, but you know what I mean. Okay, so then that's why we've got a slight cutout, is to allow for the drop down area and with the windows sliding back or not on the system, so that makes sense. Okay, so you've got your glazing up and down, the different types of canopy. You've got the early one, obviously has got like the bubble system on it. Sorry, the later's got the bubble, and obviously the earlier was more flat. Okay, underguard scoops, sorry, for the actual Ammo shoots off the bottom for rearming, things like that going on. Aerials on top, and then you have your completed model. Okay, so there we go. That's your option A, which is 602 Squadron, right the way through. Then we have other versions down here, a little slip of paper. So we've got this guy here. Okay, so on this one we've got 19 Squadron with the famous black and white. This is the very early one, which just has the single prop, or just the two props on the front here like this, with a black and white system underneath. Very nicely done. Oh, we got a very nice colourful one. Got the training unit one, so hence got the yellow nose on the front from 57 training unit. Again, something a little bit different, which is very nice. So, pretty good stuff. Good start. Decals themselves. We spoke about these when we looked at the Hurricane kit. Again, I have to, just say it again. Before, they were horrible, they were crap, they were nasty. You would never use Airfix decals because they're just out of register and wrong. Then they went for getting the in register, but they were so flat, they were almost unusable. And now they've basically got it on the mark. So you've got a nice satin finish decal, no problem at all. The carrier film is extremely close to the items themselves, just about perfect, and they do go down very, very nicely. So big thumbs up to them for getting it right at last. Okay, so in the bag, we have one giant bag, okay, with it all crammed in, minus the clear parts, which we'll have a look at in a moment. So, Spitfire itself, if we just drop this top camera down again, okay. So, as you can see, pretty nicely done. We've got nice plastic, standard sort of Airfix softer moulded plastic. We've got some nice detail on all of these, no problem with that at all. No sign of flash on the parts or anything else. We've got some detail inside. Ejector pins are a little bit clunky, but they're all out of the way, which is the nice thing. This one has got the pointy prop spinner cap on the front, so that's all very nice. Can't see any problems with that at all. Slight difference in texture on the tail here, which I don't think is intentional. It just sort of gets a bit rough near the edge, but generally that's all pretty good. No problem with that at all. Okay, then if we have a look at the wings. So on the wing section, as you can see on the underside, very nice recessed panel lining and riveting detail everywhere. That'll take a wash absolutely lovely. And then you've got the tops of the wings here, again, no problem with those at all. Okay, the only thing I can see, perhaps it won't be too much problem. I was going to say cutting through to open up these actual the gun bays would be a little bit, I don't know, quite hard work, but actually it's thinned out plastic on the inside, so that should be a lot better for you. And as you can see, you've got a little bit of detail from the tops of the wheel wells as well, and underneath here we've got the gun bays from the bottom, as you're going to be looking at them as well. So very nice. Then we've got the solid one piece, just with the twin prop instead of three on the more modern. Then we've got the two fronts on here with these two fronts of the cowls on there like that. Okay, and then just generally looking around, some nice detail. This detail on the inside is all very nice. We've got the three bladed props down here, again quite nice. Everything's very good. There's no flash, there's no mismolds that I can see. Absolutely fine with all of these. Airfix is definitely, there now. All of their kits pretty much standard coming down the line are like this, so that's all very nice. The underguard down here is very nice again. Pretty good, all of that, can't see any problems with it. And then we've got this guy down here, again with the internal details, as you can see, some nice work down there. The cockpit instrument panels, obviously raised detail, no problems. We've got another front, so we've got three front ends to go through. Pick your one you want. Okay, again, we've got some nice texture over the tails. So down here, the tail plane, you've actually got texture on those, so it's showing through from the ribbing underneath. And then obviously the actual rudder itself is the same, some nice texture on that. Generally all very nice. All the ejector pin marks are recessed and sunk, so you're not going to have any problem with lifting parts, things like that. And you've got two types of the aerials on the back there. More into the inner parts again with all the little bits and pieces. We've got different types of exhaust up here, no problem at all. These framework formers for the inside, very nicely done. The wheels, we've got weighted wheels and slightly better than the Hurricane ones. Okay, generally quite nice. Nice little bit of texture on the seat, again, very nicely, all of these things. Just generally working through, I can't see a fault with any of this whatsoever. Some nice details all the way through. I think it'll build up to be a lovely Spitfire. Clear parts last of all. we've actually got all your different tops. So this is what we were saying. You've got your one-piece canopies, all three different types of them here, or you've got your two-piece canopies with your rear part down here with your front. So it just depends on how you want to do it. If you want it in the open position, obviously you're going to use this as your rear, this is your front, or one of these is your front with one of these. If you're going to do it as a whole, then you can just use these. Okay, so it is a little bit of personal preference. Looks like here we've actually got wingtips. I didn't see it in the instructions. Let me just check on the instructions how these wingtip sections are going to go, because I don't think it gives you the option for the clipped version in here anywhere. No. So in here you've actually got molded in the glass is for the clipped version. The clipped version has the shorter wings, so expect that version coming out very soon, because we've got them in the kit here for them, but I don't think there was the option for that. We went through it to actually make them. I have to say, you know, Airfix, you're doing a great job. I can't fault you. I was your biggest critique, as you know, years ago, and used to slag you off like no tomorrow. Now I will eat my hat and all the rest of it. These are great kits, great price, great to get people back in the hobby, but even for a seasoned professional doing it, it's still a stunning kit.